G'day guys, welcome to Mancave Tuesday. Hope you all had a ripper week. Now what we got going on in this video is I give you a rundown of all the stuff that I've got to get down, making that bloody list, and then I explain all the stuff on the list. Matt comes over with his bike and we do a few little mods. That's bar end mirrors, a rack for the back, and he's also got a bag to go on that back. We talk about the rectifier issue, which you'll see that coming up. A few more little bloody reno things going on around here, and also the laundry and toilet is now complete and you see the end result. And of course we have a little bit of a chat at the end of the video. All right, where are we going? The list. Rightio, see. Here it is. This is the shit to get done list. Last week I said that I was going to do this so that I can see it, you guys can see it, and it will keep me on track. So I've listed a whole heap of things on there. This is all to do with around here in the man cave, getting it changed and set up, and then things with motorcycles and bits and pieces. Nothing to do with the renos or any of that. Any of the renovation stuff that's being done on this list and what I talk about, it's for, I don't know, let's call it the Biker Bits bloody set. But it's for me mucking around with motorbikes and just making this bloody better and all that kind of stuff. So I've got a whole heap of things I'm going to go through individually and explain them. The first thing is Harry's oil problem. So Harry's using way too much oil. Really noticed it when we did the Cobar ride. Harry's done 48,400 kilometers. He's a 2009 Boulevard C50. So I have actually taken him to the mechanic, and the mechanic checked the what do you call it, the little bloody, the valve clearances, and that was all fine. He said to maybe move up in oil viscosity, which I've done, and then of course that last ride, before I did that ride, I noticed that it was practically no bloody oil in the bike, so that hasn't fixed the problem. So I remember someone, and I've checked it up, Marvel Mystery Oil. So someone mentioned that the rings that sit around the piston may be gunked up and they're not operating the way that they should, and it's letting the oil pass up the top in the burn chamber and then out the exhaust. I don't see any noticeable what do you call it, smoke coming out. It may be that when the bike is revving at, you know, doing 100 k's, 110 k's an hour, that's when that's happening. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. So I'll ask at the end of the video for anybody who knows or has pretty much a good idea. If you don't, or you think you do, or whatever, don't tell me something. Don't put a bloody comment saying, oh, you should try this, if you don't know it. If you know somebody that's done it or whatever, you know what I'm saying. Give me a heads up if you heard about the Marvel Mystery or some other way of trying to degunk the rings in the piston. That's if that's what the problem is. There's no visible leaks. He doesn't leak anywhere. So that's something I've got to get done. Rightio, next on the list is Max's steering head bearings. Rightio guys, so basically this is an easy one. I know it's the steering head bearings. When I turn, you can even hear it bloody doing a bit of click, but right there I can feel it's real notchy. So all I've got to do is get onto Vince Strand Motorcycles website, order the steering head bearings. I'll get the whole enchilada, the little racers and the bearings, pull it apart, replace it, and it should be sweet to go again. Okay, so the next one is sell the Intruder 250. That's Jackie Boy. That is Nay's motorcycle. So Nay just does not ride this bike enough. All she's doing is paying the bloody insurance and registration every year and getting bugger all use out of it. She's too busy doing her wood bloody bits and pieces and whatever, so what I've got to do is sell it. So that means I've got to clean it all up, make it all nice and pretty, because it's really dusty. You most probably can't tell how shitty looking it is. Give it a good wash, polish it up, take some pictures of it as it is, put all the bags on it, take pictures with all the bags, because we'll try and sell it with everything on it. gather up all the spare parts, like the bits and pieces that we've taken off and replace stuff, and then list it, and hopefully we can sell it. I think what we're going to do is whatever money that we get out of this, I said to Nay, use that money to get herself a new kitchen. And of course, when I say get yourself a new kitchen, she will obviously build or modify. She won't just get someone to come in and do it. It'll be her doing her magic stuff. Okay, what do we got? Build firewood storage for man cave. All right. Rightio, so here's the fireplace in the man cave. This is what is now keeping it nice and warm in here. So obviously I stack wood in here, but the thing that I want to make is out there. So in between here, it's going to go up, along, down. There's going to be a cross in there to put different types of wood or varying sizes. It will have a slope down roof, and then I'm going to try and do some fake looking shingle stuff. That's the diagram of what I've worked out. That is what I need, as in 3 pieces of lumber to build that. And then that's the type of shingle thing. I don't know, I'm just going to see what I can find to make it look a bit cool. And obviously it's going to protect the wood. Widen side gate for motorcycles. Okay guys, so normally what would happen is the motorcycles go out through that gate there, which is where the cars park. And if the car's not parked to the side, you can't get a bike, so you got to then move a bloody car to then get a bike out. It's a bit of a bummer, but you know, whatever. So, round out here, down the other side of the house, as you guys know, I've been tidying all this up so that I can easily get any of the bikes all the way through here, no problems whatsoever. But this gate is going to be too small for some of the motorbikes. So what I'm going to do is basically pull all this out. I'll put big steel bars in on either side and then have that whole width there as a gate. Okay, so remove first level lawn for motorcycle access. So these two things kind of like going to get the bikes out the side of the house. I then want to be able to get them to turn around easy and get out across the front of the house. I'll go and show you. Rightio, so I've just opened that gate, and basically there's a footpath that comes around. Now I can get stuff to go around in there, but it's just going to be a tight fit. So when I was saying that first level, that's all this lawn here has to be taken out. Obviously that retaining wall there is got to be removed, and it'll just go straight down and it'll be level with here, because I don't know if you can see that there. That gives you a better perspective of what we've got. And look, these front two lawns serve no purpose to us whatsoever. So having all that removed there, and if I come quickly up to the driveway, that means that I could have cars and bikes just drive straight around and into there. I can have the trailer up the other end. It won't be too far out to create, you know. And then we can still have a car down here. So that's going to be a bloody lot of smashing of bricks, removal of bricks, and a shitload of bloody dirt. Now we'll have a retaining wall here, but it most will be only a couple of bricks high. And then what we want to do is slope that up to this, up to here. And then Nay's got these plants or whatever that she's going to basically fill that with. So that's the deal. Now while we're going this way, guys, see this gate, when it's not, I haven't fully closed it, see how it just looks like a fence? It doesn't actually look like a gate of any description. And that has a padlock, or it has a lock thing and a padlock. I have that padlocked. So you can't actually, there's nothing to open it with, and I'm going to do the same thing. I want it only openable from the inside, not the outside. And that's all to do with a bit of security. I'm going to run through the security because I know people always wonder, oh Mark, you've got, you know, just tools all out in the open and oh my God, they get stolen or whatever. I'll kind of explain why that is for us, where we are, and why that is, and then also maybe a couple of extra little security things that we're going to do. Rightio guys, so the next thing on the list is installing the steering dampener for Max, the DR650. This is the steering dampener. There's quite a few of you guys out there have been wanting me to get this bloody job done. I've had it for it has to be at least a couple of years now that I've had this, bought it, and it's been sitting there, and I just haven't got around to doing it. I think it's bloody time. All right, we're getting close to the bloody end, guys. So I'm gonna miss that next one done there. Bottom one is paint Mancave and the wood shed. So let me grab yous. There you go there, pups. You snoozing? Hello. You want to say anything? No? Rightio, so when I say paint the Mancave, I'm not talking about painting any of that brickwork up the back there or anything along the sides, obviously. I want to put a light grey coat on this white surface. At certain times of the day, or if I've got all the lights blaring, my face or anything white really gets washed out, so I'm trying to alleviate from that happening. I don't want to paint it black because then I'd have to have too many lights to bloody, yeah. So got to paint that, and then I don't know if you can see because it's a bit dark and oh, you can't. Mark, come on, find a bloody place where I can see the colour. There you go. All this was Mission Brown colour, so all these poles. That fascia, where are you? There's that fascia is the woodland grey, which is the same colour as this door. And because it's a greyish colour, it's going to suit with the grey that we're having the house. I've got one coat of it on that new fascia. I've got to put a gutter up there. But yeah, that's all got to be painted. The stuff on the inside, and of course, all this stuff in here, it's all got to be painted. So when we're talking about the wood shed, all this brickwork here, I want to paint all that. And I've been umming and ahhing with Nay because, like I said, I can paint this in the woodland grey, that whole facade, and then they said, oh yeah, and then do all the trims white, which is, that's a good thing, but it's not good for my man cave biker bits. It's just, I don't know, might girl it up a little bit for me. I like the whole rustic. Things aren't quite right, if you know what I mean. I like the quirky bits and pieces. So we're now thinking, I'm just trying to remember now what was the last thing I said. I think we're going to paint woodland grey all over the brickwork, and then on the trims, the door, obviously the trims around there, I've got some leftover rust paint stuff. So I might do that on there. I reckon that might be a really cool effect. It might not either, but... So that's what's got to be done. It's got to be done. It's just got to be done. How the hell did I do that? I totally missed the CB250 project. So I'm actually already getting ready for it because this Thursday will be the first of that series. So that is the 2005 Honda CB250 budget bike build. And it's going to be a brat / scrambler bike. What else do I have written on there? Oh yeah, $1,000. So that's going to be the board, which will have everything listed on it. What I'm doing this time, so Thursday will be episode 1 of that, and everything will be in it. Because like when I started that Virago, it was in the Man Cave Tuesday. So people that started watching the series when it went out into its own thing, didn't get the backstory of what we were doing and all that kind of stuff. So I want to make sure that it's all in the one series, and whoever goes to watch it, they go, oh, that's why he's doing that, or whatever. So yes, that is the Honda CB250. In this series, I'm pretty sure Matt's going to be fairly well involved in it. It all depends on whether he gets busy with his bloody, too much work on or stuff like that. But he'll be knocking around, and we'll be bloody having discussions on most probably button bloody heads on how to do it. Obviously, we'll be looking for you guys to comment, give us ideas, be a sounding board, all that kind of bullshit. All right, cool. Rightio, so the last, oh Jesus, Mark, you got a huge head. Sorry guys. The The last thing is build new shed, the workshop, and I've got 3 stages, possibly 4 stages. Let me show you what that is. Rightio, so let's first start by saying these 6x3 gazebos have been great. They've done the job. Obviously, I've had troubles with the top parts of them. They're heavy duty things. They just haven't held up. They're heavy duty, but they're not permanent structure heavy duty. Obviously, they're heavy duty for when you're putting them up and down and they last a few more years. So, this has to all eventually go, but we're first going to concentrate on here. So I've got this is where the shed's going to go through there. Let's go look at the shed. Rightio guys, so this is the shed underneath here. All these boxes around there. So I got this online. Okay, so I bought that online. I got it from wholesaledirect.com.au. I have no idea whether this is a good shed or not a good shed because clearly I haven't even got it out of the box. So I'm just telling you what I've got. I'm not saying it's bloody fantastic or anything. So that's what the shed looks like. If I can get that up close, you can see it's so basically 4.2 by 3.2. So long and wide, and then it's 7.2 high. It's not. This one's not showing the roller door. They actually ran out of this one, and they upgraded me to a roller door because I think what they sell that for was it? They got it for $2,999. I actually paid $2,899. They took $100 off the price or something. I don't know. It was So that's what it looks like. This is where it's going to go, right along there, as I said last week, and then I'll have a carport type structure that goes along there, which will then eventually replace the stables. So I've got to move all this stuff into the stables and wherever else I can put stuff to then clear stuff up. All this garden bed has to be removed. Cut down bloody this tree, hopefully save some of the bloody tree, just got to trim it way back. I've also got to put the big bloody fence, the new fence that's going to go, it will be an old new fence that goes along there. I've then got to prep out all the soil, we've got to do a slab. I hate this talking on the bloody fly. So we've got to build a slab. Once the slab's done, dried, then we build the shed. And then after the shed's built, there will be continuation. But I'm just getting to the point of actually having the shed because I want to line it and whatever. Most probably put a window or 2 in there. So on that list, there's the 3 little squares. That's for each stage. So the first stage is clearing all the stuff out to make that open. Trees, getting out of that garden. The next stage will be doing the slab. If it was just a garden shed, I'd be no worries, I can do that easy, not a problem. But because it's such a large one, I'm kind of like going, but I'm getting my head around it. My old man actually said, he's old school, he asks you what the dimensions are and how thick, and he just goes, this is how much you need and blah blah blah. I'll come down from Rockhampton and give you tell you how to do it. So I've got that as a backup, and can you hear? That's Matt. Matt's turned up on little Lucifer. In actual fact, he's changed the bloody name. He's calling it Lucy now. He didn't like the idea of riding a bloke. Depends on which way you want to look at it. So the slab, and then once the third stage will be building that shed on the slab. Cool. Rightio guys, so that is the shit to get done list. Obviously you can see there's Lucy. Matt's here.
Hey guys.
So that's it. So obviously I'm not going to get all this done in a week or whatever. That's just going to be a progressive thing to get through. Clearly you can tell that there's a lot of stuff on there that's going to take time to get done, but you know I've got to get this shit done. I know it. Matt knows it. Cool. Rightio guys, so little Lucifer is back in the man cave, ready to have some mods done to it.
Yep.
So you've got that.
Like a drac. That'll go on the back, somewhere to strap down a bag.
Yeah,
or something like that.
And this is the thing. this is the thing. Obviously, now Little Lucifer is Matt's main ride.
Yeah.
You can't just have a cool looking bike. It's got to be bloody functional.
Got to be practical.
So hopefully we keep it still cool looking.
Well, that's the idea.
And that's
gonna look
pretty good.
Yeah.
And obviously the mirrors are gonna.
The mirrors are, yes.
What were you gonna say? Sorry.
eBay, $20. You can't go wrong.
No.
And it's actually really solid.
It
I'm
is.
actually quite surprised.
Yeah. You got those.
And we got some new mirrors. Jeez, don't break. Hopefully I don't break them, pull them out. Little bar ends. And they were also about $20 on eBay. So,
Yeah.
gotta love eBay.
Cheap as chips.
Yeah.
So it's gonna obviously make his width wider, but not
by much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not by much at all.
All right.
But we'll see.
Let's get into it.
Very nerve-wracking. Jesus, that was sharp.
Righto, we've just taken that the bar bloody end off, and the nut fell and rolled into the into the bloody handlebars and ended up. So we're just tipping it over. The nut. You didn't see where the nut landed? Look at that. How close was that?
Oh, jeez.
To going down the drain. Not that we need it. We don't need it.
No, we don't. But they can go over here with the bar end.
Cool. So now we can put one of these on. Rightio guys, so if you've ever mucked around with these bloody things that jam in there, you know they can be a pain in the ass when you don't know what you're doing. So what you got to do, this one's already been tightened up. Listen that off. So you can see that there's this flangey thing, and then there's actually two, depending on what size handlebars you got. So as this tightens down, it flanges that up. So to start it off, you have to actually get it to start flanging. And why does it not?
Because you're going to be on the big sleeve.
Oh, it's alright, I was being stupid. There we go. So you've got to start tightening it up. Now, if Matt can come around here, if we just poke that in there and just turn, this whole thing's going to spin. So you've got to tighten this up to the point where when it just grabs, that's pretty much, that's going to be it. So if we put that in, that's the trick to do on these. Bloody brilliant. Easy when you know what you're doing. Rightio, so we have, he's working out where they're working.
Yeah, I reckon that one's going to be spot on. It's just, it's pretty.
So what do you reckon, guys? You loving all these mirrors? Look at them. You can see everywhere now.
Pretty much, yeah.
I told him he had to leave these other ones on.
Alright,
crazy.
cool. We'll pull the old ones off.
So, I just jumped on and had a look too. Because these are so much further out, and these are convex.
Yeah, so they're curved mirror.
Yeah.
You get a much
bigger
field of view.
Yeah. Than those ones, because they're further in and they're not convex, even though they're a larger mirror.
Yeah, so where I'm sitting now, this one, I can see my shoulder and the shelf directly behind me.
Yep.
With this one, I can see my entire right arm and all the way to the corner of that brick wall.
Yeah, sweet.
So that's
huge.
So I can see everything that's going to be going on in that lane of traffic.
Yeah, massive.
As well as what's directly behind me.
Yeah.
So
cool. All right,
we'll
get those off, and then we'll give you a final look.
Yeah.
Rightio, there we go. That's it. That's the final look. Yeah, geez, it makes those bars look so much bloody wider.
Yeah, it does. And it opens this up massively.
Yeah.
Massively.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it. I think that is pretty much exactly what I expected from it.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Now we've only got the rack to do.
Onto the rack.
You bloody hell are you doing, dog? God, you're annoying sometimes. You don't care, do you? Rightio, so we have got this rack mounted in an existing bolt hole. So all we've got to do is mount this front piece. So we're going to drill straight through that. So it's got to go through the fender and then also that big thick piece underneath the bottom. And then throw a bolt in it, and I reckon, Matt, we should be pretty well sweet.
That's my job done.
Yeah. Well, loving this bloody, this enclosed thing.
It's good. Gets the heat in.
Yeah. Fires going on.
Bloody brilliant.
Rightio. Nate's just checking out the bike and they're talking shit as per usual.
Oh, there is no shit being talked.
I'm doing all the work over here.
Oh, no.
So, just drilled a hole straight through. Bolt in. We'll work out how we'll cut that bolt off, bolt it on, nut it on. Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
Good stuff, baby.
Fabulous. Fabulous, darling.
Rightio, guys, so this is the finished product. I reckon it's not too bad, you know.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I reckon it looks, I don't know, it makes it a little bit more mean, utilitarian, I'd say, I suppose, and that's a good, for me, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So you've actually got, Matt bought this bag.
Tank / tail bag.
Yeah.
Thing.
So basically you can be riding along and if he needs to grab a 3 litre of milk, just bloody whack it in that and you're right.
Should.
So we just got to attach that to that rack now. And we'll be sweet. Obviously we'll paint that black, or he and Matt will.
Yes, I will.
So that's really cheap. Cheap little mod. And that was pretty easy to do too.
Yeah, $20 and drill one hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant. Boom! And there it is. It is on. So that's actually, that's on there pretty good. You get a 3 litre of milk in there, no worries, Matt.
No, bloody well should.
So that's, yeah, that is successful. We've got bar end mirrors.
Yep.
Man, they look so wide, don't they? Those.
Yeah, they do.
Massive.
Yeah, it makes it look really wide.
And then, so that's, yeah, obviously that's going to make it a bit more practical for you.
Yes. Yeah.
And a bag.
And rack.
Hey?
Rack.
Oh, and the rack, yeah, of course. The rack and the bag. Sweet. So obviously when that just gets a little bit less shiny, I reckon that should work real well. Bloody brilliant! Rightio guys, so we just thought we'd check the battery, and the battery's only showing 12.6, so it's actually holding the charge from what it was originally.
Well, yeah, before we changed it over, it was at 12.6. We didn't charge it with the charger at all to bring it back up.
Yeah.
And since then, I've ridden it, I think, twice. I haven't really had the time of it working, but it hasn't dropped.
Yeah.
And it's started every time, so...
So we reckon you checked the fault and you found out that was the fault.
That was the fault.
Bought a new one for how much?
It wasn't much, actually. I think it was like $20 or $30.
Yeah,
that seems to be a consistent thing with this bike. $20 or $30 parts.
But you had when the part came, that's the original one. So you can see that, and that is very different to that. So there was 2 bolts of the existing one that doesn't work with this one.
No, we had to put some longer bolts in and sort of fiddle with the wiring where it was running.
Yeah.
Because it turns out there's actually 3 different rectifiers for this bike. Apparently they, from the factory, just weren't consistent with what they used. It was all over the shop. So there's 3 different ones. 2 that mount to the side, and there's 1 that actually mounts underneath the bike.
Ah, so right. And there's no rhyme or reason, is there?
There's no rhyme or reason. There was no reason for it. They just had 3 different ones, and that's what they did.
Yeah. So yeah, we managed to make that work.
So it fits, it works.
And it looks like it's holding the charge now. So we'll put it on the battery charger and see if we can get that voltage up. Otherwise, it'll be the... we've stuffed the battery because it's been flattened that many bloody times now.
So that is on, and That is 12.6.
Yep, beauty.
So that's it.
Cool bananas. So we'll take that as a win. We'll obviously try and get some more power back into this battery. I'm believing that the battery's been
I don't think it has. No, because I've only done 2 10-15 minute rides at the most, so it hasn't really had enough time to power in.
All right, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll let you know who's right.
I reckon it'll be me.
Rightio guys, so now the Renault stuff. You've already seen the bistro blinds have been mounted. You've also seen the fireplace. These were the red gum sleepers, railway sleepers, that was off the bottom of that rain tank that used to live here. So I've just stacked them up there. The old fire plate off that fire thing that was here has been used, and that now, so I can have that roaring as hot as I want, and it doesn't melt, or it just doesn't worry that at all. I've flued this up through the roof, and I've done a bloody shit of a job, because I don't know if you can see all that shit that is on that black stuff. That's tar. So the stuff that I was putting up on the other roof, which is this stuff, yeah, I put it on, and that same night I got this thing roaring, and all of a sudden the bloody stuff was dripping down, and it was raining. The rain started coming through, spurting. Oh, it was a bloody catastrophe. I've also put the flue on upside down. That pipe should be this way up, because if you look, obviously from water dripping down or whatever, that's but it's alright, it'll do the job. So that's what the blinds, oh here comes the rain, that's what the blinds look like from outside. Now some people might say, why don't you just build it in? Well, coming through there is the widest opening that we have coming into the backyard. And so all these are able to be unclipped and then rolled up, so then we could get big things through. The other thing is, in summer we might want to halfway roll them up and have a lot of airflow. These doors during the day are just kept open. If we get the fire gun, we roll the doors down, and I tell you what, it does a really good job keeping it warm in here. So on the sides here they have these little plates, and that just feeds through it, and then you can mount it hard to there. Bloody brilliant idea, and they weren't too bloody expensive. Got them from Bunnings. I've still got to do this side. I've still got quite a big gap, which is this here, but I've got a little bit more work to do on that. Of course it'll be raining now. So this thing now has the road base in it. I tamped down the edges with the crowbar, and then I actually got Harry, the boulevard, and as you can see, just rolled up and down with it. And I tell you what, it's done a pretty bloody good job. So that saved me a whole lot of work. I've also done the same over here, because this is always a bloody bit of a... We tried to get grass growing, but because this is our work area, coming into that part, and then May's shed, so I've just filled that up, and I've built a bit of a... so that all the water will run, kind of like water running bloody wherever, all heads down to that back drain. Of course, that stuff's still all bloody looking good. We've got the fireplace thing to build. Tell you what, let's see if we can get up on this roof while it's not too much bloody, too much rain. So that tar stuff, oh geez, I've just painted it all over the bits and pieces. It's just going to protect it. Bit of sealing. And this was the main offending one, if you remember seeing. So I put that flashing, aluminium flashing around it, and then I've just coated everything in that tar. So that should last for quite a few years. Fixed up that one down there, and also that one down there. Bob's your uncle, bloody brilliant. While I'm up here, that's the Mancave shed there in the flue. And can you see that? I've put flashing along that brick wall, because when it would rain, the water would run down that brick wall, so that's now all sealed. And then the next one there, that's Nay's woodshed. I'm going to flash all the way around that because she has leaks as well. Oh yeah, and we got rid of the toilet. We got a new toilet, so we'll next go in and see Nay's laundry and toilet. And oh my god, it's come up bloody fantastic. I'm not showing you any of the stuff, the painting and bits and pieces in the done, so let's go and have a look at it. Rightio, let's have a look. Oh, there she is. I've come to see your magnificent room. Actually, can you go close that door, and we'll make it like a grand entrance. I love it when she plays my game. Alright, here we go guys. So a lot of work. Now the doors still have to have final paints done on that, so don't worry about that. And here we go. Ta-da! Now you remember that those pieces of wood in the back of Nay's car? That is what she turned all that wood into. So one massive big barn door. Those were a kit that she got from eBay, was it, Nay?
Yeah, eBay for 75 bucks.
75 bucks. You just couldn't make that yourself. You know, it's got all the bump stops. It's got the floor runner. Bloody fantastic. Look at that. So this is, oh geez, it's so big I can't get it. I've got to lean right back. So no, that's the biggest door in the house.
To the smallest room in the house. But it's magnificent.
That's it. To the smallest room. So that's how the windows turned up. I reckon that's come up really good. So we frosted and put that piece in there and then just gave it an enamel paint. Put some pictures, these were some bloody pictures I had in storage, and it was actually a timber frame. So Nay's painted the timber on it and it just suits in there really good. Nay's little toilet bin thing that she made ages ago. She's actually looking at it now and going, I need to repaint it because it's yellowed over the years. Now we haven't done anything, so obviously this is all very, what do we call the look? Because I was thinking more, I don't know, rustic or...
Well, it was meant to be a bit more French farmhouse, but it just evolved into what it did.
Yeah. So we don't know what we're doing there, but we've painted. Now obviously Matt didn't paint this bit, so if it looks a bit shoddy, that's because I painted that pipe.
Yeah, so there'll be little touch-ups that we've still got to do.
Yeah, so the inside of the door is just plain. And it's just got that little handle, so it's only really the barn door, and obviously you can see that it stops. We've done all the right stuff.
That's it, and then obviously when it's shut.
Oh, Jesus, I'm banging into things. Yeah, so that's the shut look.
So
The cool little...
goes with the other door.
Yep. And then if I open this door and come back out, so that's the other side. So Nay made that ages ago. That was what, French blue, which is like a green colour.
Yeah, it looked like a sage colour.
Yeah, so we had to paint it because it wasn't going to go with the grey. Much to...
I liked the colour it was.
It was really cool.
It was in the lounge room for a very long time.
So it's now there. Bought some little bloody cheap baskets just to make it all match. Cheap $20 bloody rug. The painted up, refinished all that. And yeah, just a washing machine. And then of course Nay quickly made a sign to match in there. Oh, you even turned the candle on. Look at that. Oh, geez, you're good, aren't you?
Go on, look at yourself in the mirror.
Oh, and of course, there you go. That mirror that we showed you Nay making. Yeah. So obviously, come out of the toilet. Make sure you're okay.
So we still haven't picked lights.
Oh, we haven't done the lights. Yeah, as in...
We took off the old shades because they were horrible. But we haven't picked new ones. We'll get to that.
Yeah, so I reckon it's come up an absolute bloody treat. I mean, you look at that floor and then to that floor, obviously, yeah.
Obviously that's now covered in dirt because of the glue and things.
So, fantastic job. That's a high five, baby. Booyah.
I think it's magnificent.
Yep. Rightio guys, so I just wanted to add to this video, my Bluetooth headset thing turned up. Matt's Bluetooth's been working fantastic, except for one thing, and that's one side of the speakers has stopped working on it. I've had feedback from other people. There was a couple that had them, they've had them for a year, no problem. Another guy had it and the dial to turn the sound up and down stopped working, so I couldn't change the volume on the sound. Bit of hit and miss. It's a cheap thing, remember, but anyway, we'll be doing a kind of like a proper review. Now, I've also got some mail. Mark with a C from Wisconsin sent me some photos and a bit of a bloody story and stuff, so I'm going to do that next week. I've got something from Scotland. I don't think I've got stickers from bloody from Scotland. To go on the sticker board, so I'm going to be doing that next week. I wanted to show this because I know sometimes this stuff takes a bloody long time to get to Australia. So we've got the stuff, and next week we'll do that. I had, what was his name? Sunny, Chinese, and asked me if I wanted to do a review on one of these pin locker things. So this is it's not a proper pin locker like the traditional one. This is a stick-on one to help with the fogging of the helmet. So I've got 3 of these. We're going to whack one in Matt's to do a test. Perfect time of the year to do a test. Might even chuck one on Nae's because she has the open face helmet but with a lift up thing. I don't know, not a lot of people use those, but we might chuck that on hers. And then I've got another one, I don't know. For me it's no use because I have the MX which doesn't bloody fog up, and I have an open face helmet. Maybe I'll buy a full face helmet. I don't really want to do that because I like the open face, because when I'm doing the videoing you guys can see my face, it's a bit more personable, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think that was it for the moment. Well, there you go guys, that's Mancave Tuesday done and dusted for another week. Hope you enjoyed it. Now on Thursday, the CB250 budget bike build is being kicked off, so on Thursday there's going to be a video every Thursday until that job is done. Alright guys, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, just keep on keeping on.